We apologise for the inconvenience there, listeners. For those that have been trying to tune in, we've had some technical issues, the joys of modern technology, but we are here. We're here live at Peelwood Reserve, and we've just seen a wicket fall. Timing couldn't be any better. And that's Jordan Pink. So Jordan Pink has just got one of the star batters of the competition in Ben Wright, who has been batting beautifully up until then. Unfortunately, you haven't been able to watch, but we've been fortunate to be here to watch Ben do his stuff. Classical right-hand batter for Waroona, the captain. But he's now out. LBW bowled Jordan Pink. The score, as we speak, is now 1 for 39, and we are in the 7th over. It's a RetraVision Premier T20 League from Peelwood Reserve. And this is the last game in round 1. This is a bit of a local derby, really. We've got Waroona versus Pinjarra. Pinjarra won the toss and elected to bowl first. And just as I said, we are 2 balls into the 7th over. And Waroona are 1 for 39, and that was Ben Wright who is gone out. And he's been replaced by Jaden DeRosa. He plays his first ball just out to the offside. No score there. So 2 pretty strong teams out here, and they've been actually putting on a bit of a show. So unfortunately, you guys haven't been there, but you are now, which is great. As DeRosa gets onto the back foot, cuts that, doesn't beat point. And that's the Pinjarra captain in Jake Foley, who stops that and throws that back into the keeper. Light just starting to take effect here at Peelwood Reserve. In comes Jordan Pink. I was that one a little bit shorter. DeRosa able to pull that around the corner, and he's off the mark. Score moves on to 40. So on strike now is Chahal. So I'll get his first name, being very rude. So that ends the over. We're just trying to catch up here, everyone. So it's 1 for 40 at the end of 7 overs. We have Chahal on 19 off 19 with 3 boundaries. And Jaden DeRosa has just come in, and he's on 1 off 3. There's DeRosa on strike now. He's on strike to... We've got to change a bowler here. Hodgetts. Attacked by spin here at the moment. As DeRosa gets on the back foot, punches out one straight. Really good fielding here on the boundary. That one's short again. DeRosa cuts that to the deep cover point, who gets that in and takes a single. Score moves on to 43. We're in the 8th over here, Peelwood Reserve, RetraVision Premier T20 League. As in comes Hodgetts again from the doctor's surgery end, throws that one up. And Chalal just hits that one down the ground, looks for 2, not quite. Good bit of fielding there by the Pinjarra fieldsman on the boundary. Just give you a quick rundown of what the field looks like. So we've got a deep point, we've got a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep square leg. As in comes Hodgetts to continue his right arm over. Rosa just punches that one easily down to long off, takes another single. He moves on to 5, score on to 45. So Prav Chahal is the overseas player for Waroona this year, Englishman. Hard-hitting right-hand batsman and right-arm fast-medium bowler. And he's had a decent start to the season. Score moves on to 145 as Jordan Pink continues from the Old Coast Road end. Bowls a full toss there and Chahal takes full advantage of that. Hits it to deep mid wicket. Batsmen take 2 and get back quite comfortably as Pink is able to stop that slightly wayward throw. Chahal moves on to 23 off 22. He's doing quite well here. 1 for 48. We're in the 9th over. Pink throws that one up, very full, and Chahal just punches that one to long on, takes another single. So a bit of a local derby this one, Waroona and Pinjarra. No matter what sport they're playing, there's always a little bit of history, there's a little bit on it. So in comes Pink, throws that one up, down the leg side though, and that's going to be a wide. Well bowled there by Pink, who has shouts for LBW. Beats the Rosa there. I think that was missing off stump, but well bowled. Some good energy coming through the crease here. Jordan Pink, I've watched him develop over the last year or so. Nice approach. Good pace on the ball. Shouts again. There's a big shout, and he's given. Wow, that's... Well, from this angle here, not quite sure. But it was a big, confident shout there by the bowler. And the umpire agreed. So that's the second LBW by Jordan Pink. He started very, very well, the leg spinner. He's put Waroona under a little bit of pressure now, and that's now 2 for 50. Both wickets fall LBW to Jordan Pink. Jayden DeRose is one of the big wickets in Peel cricket, no doubt. That's a big, big wicket. So the score here, the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Currently 2 for 50. The incoming batsman for Waroona is Nick Rep. Just played, represented Peel in the Country Cup on Sunday. Unfortunately, went down to Bunbury. Bunbury was just too strong on the day. So Prav Chahal is on 24 at the non-striker's end, but in comes Pink to Rep. And that hits the pads as well. There's another shout. No, not out. This is a very good spell of bowling here by young Jordan Pink. 2 for 5. Coming to the end of his second over. It's a good length there. Beats Rep. Circumspect there going forward. It's only his second ball. That's a great bit of bowling there by the leg spinner. So at the end of 9 overs, Waroona at 2 for 50. With Prav Chahal on 24 of 23, and Nick Rep's just come in. He's on 0. So it's Hodgetts to continue at the doctor's surgery end here. It's death by leg spin at the moment. Both the bowler and the skipper being very precise with their field. It's quite well spread. As in comes Hodgetts. Well, that one's short. And Chahal just pats that one back. A lot of energy here with the Pinjarra boys out in the field. There's a little bit of bounce, a little bit of pep in their step, which is good to see. As in comes Hodgetts. And Chahal just pulls out the reverse slap. Probably the best way to describe that one. It's a stand-up sweep shot, reverse sweep shot, and hit that one well, and that's gone for 4. That's a fantastic shot there by the Englishman. There are a few players of English descent out on the ground as we speak. So we've got Chahal, who's batting at the moment. Wicket-keeper for Pinjarra is George Bell, who's England under-19 player. As Chahal plays that one and doesn't beat the inner ring. Skipper Jake Axel Foley dives desperately and gets the ball back in. Speaking of Englishmen, he's another one. In comes Hodgetts. Throws that one up nicely. Chahal works that one into the leg side. Takes one. As the fielder slides. Mistimed his slide, unfortunately. Allows the batters to get back for 2. So Chahal, an impressive 30 here. Unfortunately, when we were struggling with the coverage, there was some real hard-hitting batting by Chahal. That one's shorter and quicker by Hodgetts. Chahal unable to beat Foley at mid-wicket there. Thrown up well, and Chahal hits that high into the night sky. And taken very well there by the long on in Gorman. And that is a big wicket. Chahal was ready to go. He was starting to take off. And spin's doing their thing here for Pinjarra. And that's the 3rd wicket to fall to spin bowling. That's a big wicket of Chahal. He's out for 30. Caught by Gorman, bowled by Hodgetts. And at the end of 10 overs, the score is 2 for 56 here at Peelwood Reserve. RetraVision Premier T20 League. Proudly supported by our wonderful partners in RetraVision. Remember, you save more every day at RetraVision. And if you're an RAC member, you get an extra 5% off the already low prices. 60-day price promise, lowest price guarantee. For all your white goods and your electrical goods, there's nowhere else to go other than RetraVision.
Lucky, yep. Is it lucky?
Yep. So Jordan Pink is continuing from the Old Coast Road end. So that's Nick Rep off the mark there. That back foot punch down the ground. And that brings new batter on strike in Courtney Lackey. Pink continues, hits a really good length, beats the outside edge. They're up for caught behind. Not sure. I don't think there was too much conviction with that one there. This is an outstanding spell of bowling by Jordan Pink. And for those listeners that tune in quite often, you'd know how much I enjoy watching the spinners bowl, in particular the wrist spinners. Jordan's really taken control here. He's coming up to the end of his third over and he's 2 for 7. Being very precise to the field. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, long off. That one's a bit shorter. Rep gets onto the back foot but doesn't beat the cover. Good bit of fielding there. Really putting on a good display here at Pinjarra. To tighten the screws after Waroona got off to a really good start with Ben Wright and Chahal. Once Ben Wright got out, the wickets have just been falling steadily. The runs have dried up a little bit. At the end of 12 overs. Score is now 3 for 58. Sorry, end of 11. This is the 12th over being bowled. Skipper brings himself back on, continuing with the spin. So it's Jake Axel Foley. Don't know whether that's his nickname, but I'm going with it. So we have a long on, a long off, deep mid wicket, deep square. We have a deep point, and then pretty much a ring field from there as in comes Foley. Right arm, leg spin. As the batter, as that's Rep, just on the back foot, cuts that one, the cover. Takes a single. So we just had a unfortunately the batter that came in hasn't got a number on his back. So we were told the wrong information. It is Daniel Baker that is the batter that's on strike right now. It's Daniel Baker. And he just let that one go through to the keeper. Very unusual at this stage of the game, but at 3 for 60, probably thinks he's going to score a boundary or two here. Gets on the back foot, beaten, taken well by George Bell. And I was trying to say earlier, George Bell, England under-19 international, played in the same under-19 World Cup, the recent one, that our own Teague Wiley starred in. So George Bell is out here playing for Rockingham Mandurah as the overseas player playing Premier Cricket, and he's the marquee player for Pinjarra in this tournament. Good bit of fielding there again, this time by Jordan Pink, desperate. Makes a 2 into a 1. Baker moves on to 3. Brings Nick Rep back on strike. Gets on the back foot and cuts that one hard, but only hits the cover sweeper, who's able to get that one back in. Batsmen take 1. That ends another very tidy over there by the Pinjarra boys. So Captain Foley was able to continue the good work of his bowlers. He's bowled 2 overs for 9. And the score is now 3 for 60 at the end of 12 as Jordan Pink continues and will bowl his 4th and final over. Being very precise to their field yet again. Probably pick up the wind in the effects mic. It's nothing new for here on a Tuesday night. That one drops a bit short. Rep gets onto the back foot and pulls that one away into the gap between the deep mid-wicket and the deep square leg, and that's a welcome boundary for Waroona. Haven't seen one for a while. They move on to 66. 3 for 66, and we are in the 13th over. It's a good little battle, this. There's Pink. Comes back on. Throws that one and hits his length straight away. Beats the outside edge. Fumbled by the keeper. Not sure whether there was an edge or not. Maybe it was more disappointment because he didn't get an edge. And the ball ripping his fingers as he's approaching the crease. Throws that one up. There's Pink. Perhaps only able to punch that one down the ground and long on. Takes another single. He moves on to 8. The score on is 67. All the spinners on. They're getting through their overs very quickly here. Quick game's a good game. Here comes Pink. A little bit shorter. And Baker gets onto the back foot. Cuts that one. Doesn't beat the backward point. So another dot ball. He's 3 off 7. He's building up the dot balls here. So it's a really good spell of bowling here. Bit slower. It enables Baker to cut that one into a gap on the offside. He takes a single. Score moves on to 68. Pink's about to finish his spell here. He's got 2 for 13 with 1 ball to go in his spell. This is an outstanding spell of bowling by the leg spinner. And finishes with a dot ball. That's one of the better spells you'll see this season in the RetraVision Premier T20 Cup. Or T20 League. So Pink finishes 4 overs, 2 for 13. Outstanding bowling. And the score is 3 for 60. 3 for 68 here. Even at the end of 13 overs. So it's Foley to continue here from the doctor's surgery end, or the commentary end even. Probably a better one, we should be calling it. Foley taking his time, making sure he's ready. He's got his field in the right place. Getting the right fielders where they need to be. In comes Foley. Right arm leg spin. Baker hits that one high into the night sky. Oh no! Oh! Both. And called well by the long on fielder there. The long off was done by the spin. So as the ball pitched, it spun. Fielder ran right past it, unfortunately. The ball went for 4. Baker hits it hard. Oh! Drop catch! Near the ring there. Fairly simple catch there. Unfortunately dropped by Smith. And yet again we have cars pulling up, watching with their lights on, which shine straight into the batter's eyes. So we have Foley bowling to Nick Rep here. They were teammates for Peel in the Country Cup game on the weekend just gone. Unsuccessful this week against Bunbury. Foley with his quite long approach for a spinner. That one's hit hard and just about takes out his partner in Baker. It gets out of the way. It's only a single to long on. Score moves on to 74. Reps on to 9. And Baker is on 9. 2 balls left in this Jake Foley's 3rd over. Throws that one up well. Baker gets more of an inside edge on that one. I'm not sure that's where that should have gone or where he wanted it to go, but they'll take the single. 3 for 75. Very controlled block of overs here by Pinjarra. The bowlers have done very well. Foley just bowls that one into the wicket. Rep's only able to hit that one back to the bowler for a dot ball. That ends the 14th over, 3 for 75. Here in the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Another one of our proud partners is ESA Sport. ESA Sport make every sporting moment epic. Provide professional sports coaching in a range of sports, custom design apparel and teamwear, memorabilia, and also your promotional collateral. So be it your pop-up marquees, your feather banners, your teardrop banners, and anything in that sort of range. ESA Sports are the people to go to. John Sanders, good friend of the show and player that plays for Rockingham as a returning marquee player for Rockingham Hornets. ESA Sports also distribute Everlast sports drinks. Beat the heat and stay hydrated this summer. Get your fridges full of Everlast sports drinks. Order your Everlast sports drinks today through ESA Sports. Change of bowler at the Old Coast Road end. We have Adam France coming back on as Baker works that one through the leg side and the batters come back for 2. Adam France recruited back to Pinjarra. The Pinjarra boy went off to play some Premier Cricket for Rockingham Mandurah. Quite a successful stint there. He's come back to play for his home club. In comes the big strapping fast bowler. Bang that one in short-ish of a length or short of a length. Baker's able to work that one through the leg side. They take another single. Score moves on to 78. 3 for 78 in the 15th over. Nick Rep on strike. And that one's short. And Shout for caught behind, although it did come off the arm, it seems to. No real conviction with that shout. It's a good short ball there, though. Very good short ball. Adam was also a member of the Peel Cricket Association side that played the Country Cup game on the weekend. Here comes France again. Oh, that one back of a length. Beats everyone there. Beats the batter and beats the keeper. And that's 4 byes. Very handy runs there for Waroona. They'll take any boundary that comes at this stage. They move on to 82. 2 balls left in this, the 15th over. Might have been a slight change of pace to beat everyone there. So the pace on the ball is obviously a little bit easier to play with than the spin. In comes France. Oh, was that one short? Rep's able to just work that one onto the leg side uncomfortably, but got it away. He takes another single. Score moves on to 83. It's starting to drop in temperature here. Yet again, it gets cold. Just zip up the jacket that little bit more. In comes France bowler Baker. Pitches that one up, but full on the leg stump. Baker's able to work that one to square leg. They think about 2. Good throw in the end. That ends the 15th over. Score is 3 for 84. Rep on 10 and Baker on 14. So we have a change of bowler here at the commentary end. We'll call it that. I've rechristened it, the commentary end. Hodgett's back on. So spin replaces spin. And why not? The spinners have done very, very well tonight. Combined, they've gone for very little. This will be Hodgett's 3rd over. That one's hit high. Does it beat cover? No, it doesn't. Foley takes the catch. That's Baker out. Caught by Jake Axel Foley, captain for Pinjarra. Bowled by Hodgetts. And that's the fourth Waroona wicket to fall. Spinners have done the job here. Who would have thought all those years ago when T20 cricket sort of come onto the menu, they thought it was the death of spin bowling, but what we've seen really, worldwide, and even here in the RetraVision Premier T20 League, we've seen the spinners really do a good job. So it's an important wicket there. I think Baker was just starting to find his feet, starting to really take the game on. Dan Abel, I think. So the incoming bat. Speaking of spinners, is Waroona's left arm tweaker in Dan Abel, another Peel Cricket Association rep from the weekend. Had a been handy cameo innings on Sunday for Peel, but wasn't enough. He did quite well when he came in. He's a very capable batter, is Dan Abel. And that one's beaten the outside edge. Bell very quick, takes that one off, and you can see the zing stumps and the zing bales light up the night sky here at Peel Reserve. But Abel's back foot was anchored in the crease. He was safe. Just a dot ball, 4 for 84. As in comes Hodgetts again. Throws that one up. Abel hits that one hard down the ground. And the long off is able to stop that. In Barrett, he's able to stop that one and get that one back. And Abel's off the mark. His second delivery brings Nick Rep back on strike. 4 for 85. It's thrown up. And Nick's able to punch that one, doesn't beat cover, but they're able to get through and scramble the single. He moves on to 11, score 86. Coming up to the end of the 16th over. That was thrown up a little bit wide, and it was wide. Umpire had a little bit of a think about it. In the end, he decided that was too wide. So Hodgetts will have to bowl that one again. One's a bit shorter. Able to be a bit annoyed with himself there, and he missed out on that. That one's thrown up. Abel's hit that one hard down the ground. The long on long off converge. Able to get that one in quickly. Really good display of fielding here by Pinjarra. The only real blip has been the drop. Pretty simple catch really by Smith. But other than that, they have been sharp. They're getting through the overs quickly. Really keeping the pressure on the batters. And at the end of 16, I think it's Foley back onto bowl. Or is it? Oh no, he's going to continue. He's going to bowl out his overs. Is Adam France. So score is 4 for 88 as France continues from the Old Coast Road end. He's going to bowl his fourth and final over. There's the figures of none for 11. Every bowler's done their job today so far. They're just being particular with their field yet again. As the fine leg gets pushed around a little bit squarer. A fine leg, a third man, a deep point, deep mid-wicket, long on, long off. And that one's bowled short. And France takes a very good caught and bowled. Abel tried to pull out of that pull shot in the end. Cued that one back. And the big man in his follow-through was able to catch that one off his bootlaces. And that's an important wicket there. That's the 5th wicket to fall. Dan Abel out caught and bowled by Adam France. 5 for 88. So what started very promisingly for Waroona is now starting to sort of drift away, and they're going to really want to score above 120, 130, I would have thought, on this wicket. It looks like it's a very good wicket. We expect when we come here to Pillwood Reserve. Under the lights on a Tuesday night here, the RetraVision Premier T20 League. What a fantastic thing we've got here in our region. Great opportunity for our cricketers to enjoy night cricket, playing T20 cricket. We get to encourage and recruit some guest players that come along. And we've got an England under-19 international keeping wicket for Pinjarra. And how about... Again, another batter comes out without a number on their back. Can't stress how important it is for teams to have numbers on their back. Milligan is on strike, and France bowls a short one at him. Is that out? Yes, it is. And he's caught behind. The short ball does it again. Big fast bowler's come on, and his fourth and final over has taken 2 and 2. He's on a hat-trick. And Milligan came in, and very quickly he was out. Caught behind. Just trying to get out of the way. Got a glove on that, and caught easily by Bell. So the big fast bowler, Adam France, he's on a hat-trick. We're in a 6 for 88. So the incoming batter for Waroona will be Sterling Moody, and he's going to face the music on a hat-trick. So it'll be interesting to see whether the Pinjarra captain puts a bit of pressure on the incoming batter here, puts another catcher in maybe. Here we come. Adam France, hat-trick ball. Goes that one short. Beats the outside edge. Probably a little bit quick. That's a dot ball. It's an outstanding over. He's got 2 for none in this his fourth and final over. The score is 6 for 88. We are halfway through the 17th over here at Pillwood Reserve. RetraVision Premier T20 League action on a Tuesday night. In comes the big strapping fast bowler. Bowls that one short again, and why not? And it's another dot ball. He's on his way to a 2-wicket maiden here. Double wicket maiden. I'm getting told off here by the scorer. How dare I get that wrong? I'll hand over the mic in a minute, and I'll go home. So he can score and commentate. So he comes out in France. Bowls that one short again, beats the outside edge. And that... No, he's got one more to go. And then it'll be a double wicket maiden if it's another dot ball, ladies and gentlemen. 6 for 88. The wise words of Terry McNeil there, who does a wonderful job scoring most of the games here. That one's pitched up this time, the double bluff. That now ends a double wicket maiden. There we go, Terry. And that was a great spell, another great spell. So that's 2 for 11 off 4 overs. So the bowlers here for Pinjarra have done a fantastic job to limit. Very strong batting lineup from Waroona. They're on 88 at the end of 17 overs, 6 for 88. Really need to get to that 100 mark at least. and somehow maybe push to 120 if they can. Pretty good wicket. So Nick Rep's been at the other end watching a bit of damage. And Hodgett's coming on to bowl. He's flying all over and he's bowled a good spell himself. He's got 2 for 16. He beats the outside edge there. Hodgett's another dot ball. The pressure builds. Batsmen start to tighten up. They start to try to hit more boundaries. That one's thrown up and Rep's able to work that one to the leg side. Just takes a single. Brings the new batter Moody on strike. That one throws that one up. Sterling, Moody hits that one well. Oh, great attempt there. Diving attempt. One bounce 4. That would have been one of the better catches you will see. Fantastic effort there. Disappointed he's in the end. He got there. Great bit of athleticism there by Gorman. And Moody hits it Moody hits that one into the night sky there. And he gets 2. Barrett couldn't quite get around for that one. So that's 6 in 2 balls there. And they're well-needed runs by Waroona. They move on to 95. One bowls that one a bit shorter. And Sterling Moody hits that one hard to the leg side. Smith's able to stop that one. And gets that one back quickly. And that ends a very good spell of bowling there by Hodgetts. He finishes with 2 for 24 off his 4-over spell. Score is 95. 6 for 95 at the end of 19. Sorry, at the end of 18 overs. Jumped ahead. It's the 19th over to be bowled. So we have left arm seam bowler coming on in Gordon. So Matthew Gordon. Just bowled the 1 over tonight. Bowled the opening over the innings. So we have, he comes, and that's a wide. Sterling Moody just lets that one go through to the keeper. Score moves on to 97, 6 for 97 here. We are in the 19th over of this Waroona versus Pinjarra clash in the RetraVision Premier T20 League. A derby here, derby match, there's a lot on it. Here comes Gordon, beats the outside edge, left arm over the wicket. So we have a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, a long off, a long on, a deep point. Third man and fine leg inside the circle, so we have a short fine, a short third, as in comes the left arm Gordon. Bowls that one, beats the outside edge again, although it's wide. So Gordon will have to bowl that one again. Just pushes the score along to 98. 6 for 98 here. 3 balls left in this 19th over. As Moody swings hard, gets a thick inside edge. They come back for the second. Run out chance! And that's out. Flat throw there by Hodgetts. Very flat. Quick throw. Batters had to take the chance at this stage of the game. he chanced his arm, but he probably picked the wrong field there, and that was a great throw and well taken by Bell. And I'm not sure if you noticed there, but that's the English way of doing things. And we're traditionally sort of taught to stand behind the stumps, but they've done some extensive testing in England, and they've proven that taking the ball in front of the stumps and bringing it back onto the stumps is actually quicker. And that's exactly what Bell did there. Got in front of the stumps, took a great throw from the outfield, and come back on the stumps and run out Sterling Moody. He was doing the right thing, doing the team thing, but just didn't quite get back in. We'll just get confirmation of who the incoming batter is here. So this is Courtney Leckay coming in now. We did call him out earlier, but this is actually him now. We've had confirmation. The club president for Waroona is here, so if he's got it wrong, we're in trouble. So here comes Gordon coming around the wicket this time. That one's chipped up into the air to long on, although it didn't quite reach him. Leckay's off strike immediately, and that gets the Waroona score up to 3 figures. They're on 100, 7 for 100 here with 1 ball left in this, the 19th over. And I dare say they are probably 20 or 30 short at the moment. And this pretty good batting wicket it looks like. As Rep works that one down the ground. He takes a single. Means he's on strike for the first ball of the 20th over. Well, maybe not. But a few wides, I guess. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the my cricket is just playing funny buggers at the moment. In comes Gordon, coming left arm around the wicket this time, and that one's got a bit of bat on that. Has Leckay, and that's a welcome boundary. I think that's over now. Yep, the umpire's moving to square leg, so that's the end of the 19th. Score is now 8 for 105. 8 for 105. As it looks like Foley's going to bowl the last over. The spin has done very well today, so why wouldn't they continue? So Jake Axel Foley to bowl the final over here from the commentary end. And Nick Rep on strike. Long on, long off, deep mid-wicket. Deep square leg and a deep point. The boundary riders as in comes Foley. Right arm leg spin, throws it up. Perhaps able to hit that one hard down the ground. But Gorman doing a great job here in the boundary. Keeps it to 1. And Reps unfortunately just hasn't been able to really get going tonight. 14 off 24. But been a lot of wickets fall around him. As in comes Foley. Was that one short? Shout for LBW. Okay, unable to hit that one. That's a dot ball. It's a commodity in the last over, dot balls. 4 balls left in this innings. 7 for 106. I think I said 8 wickets before, so it's only 7. As Leckay hits it on high, long, and caught well here by Gorman on the fence. So that's Leckay out. Caught by Gorman off the bowling of Foley, and that is now the 8th wicket to fall. 8 for 106. As Gorman just wringing his hand here, it's stung, it's a little bit cool, it's understandable, but very solid here. It's never in doubt. They hurt a little bit less when you catch them. Hurt a little bit more when they just pop out. So the incoming batter is Zach Moody. But he's on strike to Foley, and he swings hard, misses, and bowled, clean bowled by Foley. So we have another hat-trick opportunity. This has been an outstanding display of bowling and fielding here by Pinjarra. And they've kept Waroona down to 106. They are 9 for 106 in this 20th over. So we had Adam France on a hat-trick earlier on. He was able to beat the bat, but he didn't get a hat-trick. We'll see what the skipper can do here. So Davis is on strike. Oh, that was close. Doing the team thing though. Hat-trick ball no matter what. He was trying to hit that one for 4 or 6. So 9 for 106. We have 1 ball remaining. Thrown up by Foley. That was hit up high. Gorman runs in from long on. Just about gets there. Run out chance. So at the end of all that, the score is 9 for 108. So at the end of 20 overs, 9 for 108. Outstanding spell of bowling by Pinjarra. Put on a great display. So after the break, we will have the run chase. Pinjarra will be chasing 109 for victory here at Pillwood Reserve in the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Waroona versus Pinjarra. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time. Welcome back, everyone. Back here at Pillwood Reserve, RetraVision Premier T20 League. Waroona versus Pinjarra, or Pinjarra versus Waroona, however way you want to put it. And we have a bit of a game on our hands here. Pinjarra bowled and fielded extremely well, kept Waroona down to 108 after they got off to a bit of a flying start until the spinners come on. And they had combined spin attack of Jake Foley, Jordan Pink and Hodgetts. And between them, they bowled 12 overs, 32, 56. 12 overs for 56 and took 6 wickets between them. So that's outstanding bowling by the spinners there. Adam France, big strapping fast bowler. He took 2 for 11 off his 4, and that's 8 wickets for not very many. And Waroona 9 for 108. So here comes the Pinjarra reply, and that starts. Oh, could have been our first ball. We could have had a wicket with the first ball. But in the end, Josh Smith is off the mark with a snip. Oh. So, probably a simple chance there by Davis at mid-on. Should have taken that. That could have been 1 for none. Anyway, we have Prav Chalal opening the bowling for Waroona as he beats the outside edge of one of the more prolific batters in Peel cricket over the last decade, at least 2 decades, in Jamie Lee. And he's still doing the business for Pinjarra. In comes Chahal bowling right arm, fast medium, and that one's ducked in a little bit at the end and forced Jamie Lee to squeeze that one out to square leg, and he's now off the mark. Pinjarra none for 2, chasing 109 to win this RetraVision T20 League clash. So Chahal opening the batting and the bowling. Probably takes the bat home and the ball. And he comes with a little bit. Oh! Josh Smith's riding his luck here. I can't believe it. He is. He's hit his first ball basically straight down mid-on's throat, and I don't think he was awake yet. And his second ball is just about played on. So I presume this third ball is going to get on and play a Kim Hughes cover drive before on the one knee. So in comes Chahal, pitches that one up, and Smith tries to hit that one into next week. So they're the wise words of Terry McNeil, who knows Smith very, very well. Pinjarra boy, as Chahal makes a bit of a field change. He had a third man. He's brought the third man around to fine leg, and he's dropped deep mid-wicket out. So he's got a deep mid-wicket and a fine leg, or he's probably going more to sort of forward square, deep forward square, as in comes Chahal, bowls a short one. And Smith just about hits that one down square leg's throat. So if Josh Smith was a cat, he's already got through 3 of his lives, and that's only in the first over. So he's got 6 to go. And at the end of quite a dramatic over, really, if you want to think of it, in the first over, Pinjarra, none for 2. Smith and Lee, very experienced, as experienced an opening pair as you're going to see in the Peel Cricket Association. Opening the bowling from the Old Coast Road end is Zach Moody. for Waroona. Very popular character is Terry McNeil. He's had offers of hot chips and drinks and all sorts of stuff. Don't worry about the commentator. He's just sitting here freezing, but it's okay. It's okay. You've got to earn your stripes here. As in comes the right arm, Zach Moody. Building up a good head of steam there, straight off. As Jamie Lee's able to squeeze that one through the leg side. Probably more of a thick inside edge. But they take the single, none for three. It's good to see young Moody again playing in the top team here for Waroona. Talented young bowler. He was a bit unlucky last season and he beat the bat numerous times last year. Just couldn't get a break. In comes just short that one there, and Josh Smith is trying to run that one to third man. Doesn't beat the short third man there in Abel. Should have recognised him. He had playing on Sunday for the Peel team. He had a real old floppy hat. In comes Moody, and Smith slaps that high over the top of long off. Only gets a single after all that. This looks like Josh Smith has decided, well, I want to ride my luck tonight. I've had a I've had a bit of luck. I might as well, chance my arm. Slow ball there by Moody. Well bowled and well played by Jamie Lee. Watched it all the way. None for 5. Jamie Lee on 3. Smith on 2. RetraVision Premier T20 League. Waroona versus Pinjarra. No matter what they play, these two towns, it's always a lot on it. In comes Moody. Beats the outside edge, the flaying bat of Josh Smith. So just having a chat offline to Terry McNeil, who's a stalwart of the league, and just asked what sort of a competition are we going to expect tonight between these two teams. As Smith just gets on one knee and it's nearly an uppercut. I mean, it's a cover drive, but the way he got down so low, he just about uppercut that one through cover. Whatever you want to call that shot, and went for 4. And Pinjarra are now none for 9. Smith moves on to 6. So just to continue that conversation, I was just asking whether you'd consider this one a bit of a derby. I'm still a bit new to this sort of stuff. And he just answered back with, oh yeah, no matter what they play. The footy matches get heated, Waroona versus Pinjarra, and cricket matches have got a bit of history, and could be basketball, could be tennis, could be volleyball, could be soccer, could be anything. Waroona versus Pinjarra is going to bring out a bit of rivalry. The neighbouring towns. In comes Prav Chahal, the Englishman, for his second over. Bit of desperate fielding there by the Waroona boys, it looks like. Can't quite tell who that was. Good bit of fielding. Damien Stanley, another spinner. Here comes Chahal, right arm over the wing, bowls that one a bit shorter. And Jamie Lee doesn't know where that is. Charles shy. Jamie completely lost that. In the confusion, got a little kick away, kicked the ball away a little bit. But in the end, he kicked it straight to Chahal, really, who picked it up, turned quickly. And if he hit the stumps, Jamie would have continued his little trot back to the pavilion, but in the end, he got away with it. He moves on to 4, and Pinjarra on to 10. Beats the outside edge. Viewers can remember last year, just with, I think it was a return game to be fair. He picked up a cricket bat for a long, long time. And he looked like he'd been playing for 10 years straight. He just middled everything. He has a great hand. That one's going to be wide, yeah. Just a little bit fired up is Prav Chahal, and it's I don't mind seeing that. I don't mind seeing a competitive, I guess, overseas player. You know, someone who could easily come out and just have a bit of a holiday or whatever. I mean, I'm sure he's enjoying his time here, but he wants to win, and that's the sort of cricketer I like to see. He beats the bat there. Oh no, he doesn't beat the bat. Gets the edge, and Josh Smith's luck has run out, and he's caught behind off the bowling of Chahal, and that's the first Pinjarra wicket to fall. Josh Smith out caught behind for 6. Scores 1 for 11 in the 3rd over. It's a really good start. He had a good game so far. So he batted well, hard-hitting batter, and very competitive right arm fast medium bowler. I think that brings George Bell to the crease. Yep. So this is the English under-19 international. So it'll be 2 Englishmen going at each other here. So George Bell is the overseas player playing for Rockingham Mandurah in the WA Premier competition, and he's also the marquee player for Pinjarra. What a great opportunity it is for him too. I guess he wouldn't have expected this to come out to play in Australia and play in T20 cricket under lights on a very good facility, very good wicket. So here we go, Englishman v Englishman. Right arm bowls that one short, and Bell stylishly onto the back foot, straight off the mark. And a little bit of energy there with the Waroona fielders here, diving around, bit of noise. They know they need to be in the game early here. Another couple of wickets, and it's definitely game on here. So Chahal to finish his 2nd over. Here he comes from the commentary end. Well, that one's just back of a length, and Jamie Lee's just able to pat that one to the offside. No run. That ends a successful over here for Waroona. They have Pinjarra 1 for 12 at the end of 3 overs. So yeah, this will be something to write home about for young Bell. He's come to play for Rockingham Mandurah, and he's playing at Peel Reserve in Halls Head. And he's playing on a Tuesday night under lights. I'm wondering if Mr. and Mrs. Bell are watching from Old Blighty. If they are, welcome to the coverage. It'll be Zach Moody to continue from the Old Coast Road end. Right arm, fast medium. Like a slow ball there by Moody. It's really good to see the energy here. I think that rivalry between the two towns, they're not going to let the game go easily, that's for sure. They're going to fight it right out to the end. The 109 runs are going to be the hardest 109 runs Pinjarra are going to get. Bruno, I'm going to give it to him, that's for sure. In comes Moody. And very stylishly played there by Bell. Looks quite busy, doesn't he? Looks like he wants to get on with the game. He's very stylish. Hit the ball quite well. Very slight, isn't he? He's a little fella. Thought he'd be riding a Belmont or something. In comes Moody. That one full. Bell just about gets through the field. Not quite. Good bit of fielding there by Waroona, but he's right. Or whoever it is, the Waroona fielder on the edge of the ring. Could be Stanley again, I'm not sure. But it was a good bit of fielding, but didn't stop the batters getting a single. Pinjarra move on to 13, Bell on to 2. Brings experienced Jamie Lee on strike, who leans back and hits that one over a wide long on, and that's a boundary. It's one of probably the 8,900th boundary hit by Jamie Lee in his career. Probably hit a few of those. A very distinguished career as Jamie Lee. He's played a lot of cricket for WA country as well. In comes Moody, but one's short, and Jamie Lee just helps himself through a vacant slip area, and that's another boundary. Lee quickly moves on to 12, and Pinjarra race away to 21. Too good a player to give any room to. So 1 for 21. We are in the fourth, just about the end of the fourth over. It'll be good to see Moody really get his length back here. Picks one up better, and that's a better ball. Much better ball. Jamie Lee can't do much more there than just keep it out. Able to still get a single. Score moves on to 22. 1 for 22 at the end of 4. We have Jamie Lee on to 13 and George Bell on 2. So it looks like a change of bowling here. And I don't think Ben Wright's going to have much choice here. He's defending a very small total, so he can't really give bowlers too many overs. They're going to have to come on and off, and I think he's going to make it as hard as he can for Pinjarra, so not allow batters to line up a bowler. So replacing Chahal at the commentary end is left arm spinner, Dan Abel. So Dan Abel, very good, very accurate, very successful left arm spinner, bowling left arm around the wicket. Jamie Lee, run out chance on at the bowler's end. And what was that? And he's out. George Bell he called Jamie Lee through for the single. I'm not sure he was really ready for that one. Could have sent him back, but no, he continued with the run. Okay. So there's a run out. Jamie Lee run out there. Thought it was the keeper. Yep, so keeper threw that too. So Milligan picked up the ball, threw that to Dan Abel. They were able to affect the run out. And that's the second Pinjarra wicket to fall, 2 for 22. Yep. So the incoming player to replace Jamie Lee is Jake Axel Foley. I'm sure everyone listening can get the reference there. Beverly Hills Cop. Here comes Dan Abel. Nice smooth action. Right into the block hole there. Bell couldn't do much more. He's got a bit to do now as young Bell. It's a bit unfortunate, that one there. Just held that one back a little bit there, did Abel. Bell tried to beat the inner ring there on the offside. Couldn't quite do so. Another dot ball. Good bit of spool. Bell just about caught there at short cover. Just short. That would have been a big, big wicket. Just changing his pace well here is Dan Abel. Rarely bowls a bad over or bad ball. A lot of control as the left arm spinner. Throws that one up well. Bell's able to just punch that one down the ground, gets a single. And that ends a very good over there for Waroona. Score is 2 for 23 at the end of 5 overs. It's going to be another change, or... Looks like Moody to continue. Catch! Oh no! Is that out? It is! How unfortunate! How unfortunate! So that was an attempted caught and bowled that went onto the stumps accidentally, and Foley just watched that happen in slow motion. That is disastrous. Foley run out without facing a ball, and that is now the 3rd wicket to fall. So Foley out for 8. That did not face a ball. That is horrible. We have a game on our hands here. There's a bit of a... I don't know whether that's unlucky or, well, I mean, there is a little bit of luck in that, no doubt, but that was in slow motion. I just think Foley just might have forgotten where he was, or couldn't believe what was happening, because, yeah, anyway. And Bell is just taking it upon himself. He's just been part of 2 wickets, and he just thought, well, I've got to do something here, and he's just hoiked that over deep mid-wicket for 6. That's a fantastic shot by the young man. So whilst all that was happening, the incoming batter to replace Foley at the non-striker's end is Adam France. Hard-hitting batter himself. Pinjarra's score is now 3 for 29. Bell hits that one very well. He's starting to just relax a little bit now, I think, and really starting to look the goods. Well, he's looked pretty good from ball 1. He's just starting to spread the wings a little bit. 9 off 11. Gets on the one knee. Stylishly plays that one through the offside to the cover fieldsman on the boundary. It's a single. He moves on to 10. Pinjarra 3 for 30. Brings pretty much an all-rounder, I reckon, Adam France, just about. Scored some very good runs for Pinjarra already this season. Comes Zach Moody. Adam France not mucking around here. He was trying to swing and swing hard, and he got enough of it, and that's a boundary off his first ball. was nowhere near where he wanted it to go, but it went there anyway. And he goes on a 4 off 1, and the score is 3 for 34. Here comes Moody. Well worked. Bit of bottom hand whip there by Adam France. Worked that into the leg side. Good bit of desperate fielding by, I think that's Stanley there at mid wicket. And at the end of the 6th over, Pinjarra 3 for 35. RetraVision Premier T20 League, proudly supported by RetraVision. You save more every day. If you're an RAC member, you get an extra 5% off the already low prices at RetraVision. The 60-day price promise, and they have the lowest price guarantee. All your white goods and your electrical goods, there's nowhere else to go but RetraVision. Stores everywhere. Coming up to Christmas, time to go get your gifts. In comes Dan Abel. France watches that carefully. 2 Peel Cricket Association teammates on the weekend. Abel again. France stylishly tries to work that one through the third man. Doesn't beat the short third man. No score. Change of pace. France tries to slay that through the offside. Misses out. Another dot ball. Already 3 balls gone in this over. Very quick. Oh, geez, that one gripped. That one gripped and turned. That was weird. That was short. It nearly stopped. And France decides to take it all on. Charges down the wicket. Great bit of fielding here on the boundary by Zach Moody. Fantastic athletic bit of fielding. France to 1. Brings the Englishman Bell on strike. Abel beats the outside edge. Another very impressive over by the left arm spinner. Score is 3 for 36 here at the end of 7 overs. Peel would reserve. RetraVision Premier T20 League. Proudly supported, I mentioned earlier, by RetraVision, but also supported by other wonderful sponsors in ESA Sport, who make every sporting moment epic. Placing Zach Moody at the Old Coast Road end is another spinner, another leg spinner in Damien Stanley. Had a pretty successful start to the Peel Cricket Association season. Put himself a few wickets. We've seen leg spin do the trick tonight. We'll see whether Stanley can do the trick with his leg spinners. And a couple of wickets here will definitely set the cat amongst the pigeons. Stanley bowling to Adam France. Takes the opportunity to take a couple of steps down the wicket and punch that one to long on. Takes a single. Moves on to 8 or no, 7. Score is 37. So the field at the moment, we have a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, a long on, a very straight cover on the boundary. Here comes Stanley. Bowls that one slow, bowls that one short. Bell gets on to the back foot and cuts that one to that very straight cover. They take 2, nearly would have got a few more. A great bit of backing up in the end. About 8, yeah, by Dan Abel. We've got at least an extra run there. Bell moves on to 12, the score on a 39. Stanley aborts his attempt, comes back. And he comes again, right arm leg spin. Bell punches that one through the offside gap. They look for 2. No, not quite. That would another run out, that's for sure. You would have noticed all the spinners are all different tonight. I mean, yes, we've had a few leg spinners, but they all bowl differently. So Stanley's a lot slower through the air. Here he comes. Slower again. Just about beat France in flight. Adam France has come in and been attacking from the start. He's not holding back at all. So he's on 8. Big inside edge there, and the score moves on to 41. Here comes Stanley. Oh, that one's shorter. Bell gets onto the back foot. Plenty of time, but he's only able to pick out the deep mid wicket. It's another single. It's a good battle, this one, Stanley and France, because Adam France is a very attacking batsman. He's always thinking positively here. That one's thrown up high. France charges down the wicket. Probably fortunately doesn't time it. And it's one bounce to the long on. That ends the 8th over. The score is 3 for 43. So we have a change of bowling here at the commentary end. Skipper Ben Wright brings himself on to bowl. One of the star players of the Peel Cricket Association, has been for a long time. Known for his batting, although he's a very handy bowler. He's got his fair share of wickets over the years, but batting's his main suit. And a very stylish batter he is. What he can do with the ball here for his Waroona side. And he comes, right arm over the wicket. France, who's just working that to third man. They take a single. Brings the marquee player, the Englishman, the English international in George Bell, under-19 international. Played in the same under-19 World Cup recently with our own Teague Wiley. Right with his right arm medium pace. And a carbon copy of that one. Bell also hits it to that third man area, takes a single. Score moves on to 45. Really need another wicket or 2 here to Waroona. They don't want to let Pinjarra just creep away here and get to that score of 109. I'm not sure they could really afford for this to happen either. I'm not sure. Might have to take a chance here, I think. I would have thought. Change his line or try to block that. It's just a bit easy at the moment. Just looks like he's got a lot of time, this Bell, doesn't he? He's got very stylish. That's right. It's short. It's too short. Wrong length. Not to that field. And Bell takes the invitation, says thank you very much, and hits that one to the square leg boundary for 4. He moves on to a runnable 19 and Pinjarra on to 50. 59 required for victory, and we have 11 overs, 11.1 overs in fact. 67 balls. That to happen. As Bell just works that one into the leg side. Been a very productive over this. Oh no, leg byes. A very productive over that for Pinjarra. That went for 7. And the score is 3 for 51 at the end of 9 overs. Everlast Sports Drinks, another one of our great sponsors, great partners here. The RetraVision Premier T20 League. Beat the heat and stay hydrated. Dehydration is real, and as the summer comes along, it's important you stay hydrated. Here comes Stanley for his second over. Bell tried to work that one around the corner with a fine sweep. Stanley thought he might have got him around the legs. Real classic leg spinner's wicket that would have been. Got born in. Here comes the right arm leg spinner. Nice and slow through the air. Tries to cut that one through the offside. No score. But beat the heat and stay hydrated. Order your Everlast Sports Drinks today, and you get them from ESA Sports. Here comes Stanley. A bit shorter. Bell able to rock onto the back foot and pull that one around the corner to the leg side boundary. Able to come back for 2. So he moved to 21 off 23 deliveries, and Pinjarra onto 53. At the speed that Stanley bowls, he's got to be really accurate. As soon as he drops short, he just gives the batters too much time to be able to play. It's a much better length. Threw that one up, got that one fuller. It's at that sort of length where the lack of pace, I guess, is going to be his weapon. As soon as he drops short, he just gives the batters too much time. Here we go, what's he got here? It's a bit short, they can go anywhere. Yeah, too many choices there. It's like going to a smorgasbord and not knowing what you want. Get the buffet and you just don't know where to go. You don't know what do you want? Do you want the chips? Do you want the nuggets? Do you want the sausages? Or do you want the prawns? Or do you want the salad? I think he wanted all of them. As in comes Stanley, gets a much better length on that one. Bell's just able to punch that one through the covers, gets a single. That ends pretty tidy over in the end. Stanley has 2 overs for 10, and Pinjarra move on to 3 for 54 at the end of 10 overs. Get our resident idiot drive past in his fast car. Must have got an early Christmas present or something. Bit of a brains trust meeting here between experienced Waroona players in rights. The others are there. In this distance, Abel and Ajahal are having a bit of a chat, trying to work out some tactics. Ben Wright's just got to get his length right. Can't afford to bowl short. Much better length. That's all Bell could do. Just punch it down the ground, bowl to your field, make a single. He adds another run to his name. He's on 23, score on 55, and it brings Adam France on strike. Ben Wright, right arm medium pace. Adam France tried to hit this one to France. I bet you haven't heard that one before, ladies and gentlemen. As Milligan throws that one back at the stumps. France was well back in his crease. No damage done there. So the field here, we've got a long on, long off, a deep cover, who's quite straight, and a deep mid-wicket, who's quite straight, as well as a third man. They are your boundary fielders, and then you pretty much stock standard field in the inner ring. Then comes right. France tries to work that around the corner. Unable to do that. As Chahal just stops that, gives that one back to Ben Wright. Gets back to the top of his mark. Turns around quickly. Ready to bowl his next delivery of this over. Pitches that one up. France tries to hit that one hard. Doesn't get all of it. Ends up picking out that deep mid-wicket. Gets another single. He moves on to 12 and the score on a 56. So Pinjarra require another 53 from the remaining 56 balls here. In comes Ben Wright. That one just held up a little bit in the wicket there, and Bell tried to work that one through the leg side. Got more of a leading edge. No damage done. Landed well short of cover. Gone anywhere. In comes Wright. Hits the seam again. This time, that's out. That's a big wicket. Easy catch taken by Abel. That's the same ball pretty much. Just stuck in the wicket a little bit there. I think Ben Wright picked that up. Just made sure he presented the seam. Could have been a cross seamer, I'm not sure. I do know that that's stuck in the pitch a little bit. And what was quite an attractive little innings is now over. Ball caught by Abel off the leading edge at short cover. And that's the fourth Pinjarra wicket to fall. And it's interesting now. 4 for 56. By no means is this a walk in the park. Just waiting for confirmation on who the incoming batter is. Just need the batter to turn around so we can see his number. It's a big wicket there for Waroona. Incoming batter is Luke Gorman. Put on a bit of a show in the field earlier on. Pinjarra's fielding innings. Yep. Full of energy and just did a hell of a lot of work on the boundary. Took a good catch. Saved a lot of runs. Now his Pinjarra side will need him to do a job with the bat. 4 for 56. The game on our hands here. A lot on the shoulders of these two batters at the crease right now. Adam France on 12. In comes Stanley again with his right arm leg spin. Throws it up. France runs down the wicket. Only able to get that to long on. Takes an easy single. The return hits the stumps and we see him light up the night sky. That's one of my favourite parts of this competition, the RetraVision Premier T20 League. We've got the zing stumps. We're able to have commentary. We're able to have live coverage. Play under lights on a very good facility. Play some very good cricket. Very fortunate. It's starting to put a little bit of pressure on here, which is good to see. So a long off comes up to the new batter. Good start there by Stanley. Foreman can only defend that one. As I mentioned earlier, so we've had all these different leg spinners. They all bowl differently. So Stanley's a little bit slower through the air, so he needs to really make sure that he gets his length right. Good length there. Foreman just watches that one through. Another dot. 52 off 51 now, so that equation just swapped around a little bit. As Gorman gets on the one knee, plays a sweep shot, doesn't beat the backward square. It's another dot ball. Just build up the pressure. Here comes Stanley. Nice bit of flight. Gorman hits that one hard. Didn't quite beat the mid-off, but mid-off couldn't quite hold the ball either. So as the ball ran off, it allowed Gorman to get up the other end, and he got off strike and off the mark. He's now 1 off 4. Pinjarra on to 58. Comes Stanley this time to Adam France, who come down the wicket again. Worked that one to the leg side, to the mid-wicket. Didn't get past him, no score. Good over there by Stanley. Well, 3 overs for 12. Score is 4 for 58. There's a bit of tension here. It's what looked like it was going to be pretty simple sort of chase. You're thinking 109 on a good wicket. Should be gettable. There's 4 wickets have fallen. there's a lot on this partnership here. There's a lot on Adam France. I think he really needs to be at the end. I think if he gets out, there's a lot of pressure on the incoming batters. So Ben Wright's decided to bring his opening bowler and his overseas player Chahal back on, and this is a big move. I think they sense they need a wicket here, and with the new batter on strike in Gorman, I think they're a chance. They can open up an end here. In comes Rav Chahal. Beats the outside edge straight up. This is our first time we've seen Chahal this season. The word on the grapevine was that he was a competitive player, and we've seen that ourselves. He's a real competitor. He's here to win. And he comes right arm, fast medium, hits a wicket hard. Good pace. Big Gorman for pace there. So far the bowlers have had a good day. Pinjarra's bowlers have bowled very well, and in reply, so have Waroona's. We've got a game in our hands here. It's good to see. It's not always high-scoring games. Low-scoring games can be good games too. Here comes the Englishman. Pushes Gorman onto the back foot. Look for a single. France very quickly sent him back. They don't need another run out. Adam France was under pressure. You wouldn't know. He's quite a laid-back lad, a real country boy. You're not going to really know. He's just, oh yeah. Here comes Chahal. Gorman plays that into the offside. Take a quick single. France forgot to run his bat in there. Got in. Wasn't convincing, that's for sure. Everyone's okay with the decision. He was obviously well past the line. We can't tell from here, but it was a bit calm for my liking anyway. As I mentioned, he's quite laid back. He's just about horizontal, is Adam France. Charles just makes a little bit of a change to the field, pushes the long on back. So we have a long on, a deep mid wicket, and a deep square, and a fine leg. So this is going to be a leg side ball, you would have thought. But France able to hit that one through the offside very hard, and that's great boundary. Looks like he gave himself a little bit of room there. Could tell where the ball was going to go. Gave himself a bit of room to try to hit that one through the offside, and did. Sort of hit that slipping, I thought. Come off the middle of the bat, though. Straight through the cover. All for 63. France on to 17. Still a packed offside field, all in the inner ring. As France plays that into the leg side. They're all on the boundary, the leg side field. That's okay, they only got a single there. Pinjarra move on to 64. They're 4 for 64 at the end of 13. So I've been quite impressed tonight with the captaincy that's on show here. So Foley was quite proactive for Pinjarra in the field and chopped and changed the bowlers, and they had some really good fields, and there's a lot of thought that's gone in tonight here as well. It's great to see. Sometimes you can basically leave a hole on one side, protect the boundary. Things are a little bit different of what conventional. Stanley to bowl his fourth and final over and beats France, and that's a big, big wicket. Was a reckless shot there by Adam France. Stanley's been slow through the air. That's the way he bowls. And it was the lack of pace there that did France. He ran right past that ball. Keeper Milligan just had to wait for the ball to come in. And once it hit his gloves, he did the rest. And France out-stumped the bowling of Damien Stanley. And the score now is 5 for 64. So that was a big, big wicket. So the incoming batsman is Raston. Not getting any warmer, everyone. Exactly. So Michael Raston, incoming batsman for Pinjarra. He looks around and sees that there is a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket, a long on to face him. And Damien Stanley has 4 more balls to see if he can get another wicket. Slowness through the air here is going to make it hard for the incoming batter to sort of get in. Pinjarra under a bit of pressure here, chasing quite a low total. As Raston hits that one high, hits it straight to... No, he doesn't. It's over the boundary. I thought that was going to go down long off throat, but no, it went well over the boundary. So with his second ball, Michael Raston has just taken the game on, and he's hit that one for 6 over... long off. That moves Pinjarra on to 70. A little bit of pressure release. And you could tell that with the reaction there. That one's short. And he rocks onto the back foot. And that one's 4. And the Pinjarra supporters are cheering on every run. As Michael Raston's hit 10 off 2. And he's now 10 off 3 balls. 10 off the last 2 balls, and all of a sudden, just like that, Pinjarra now 5 for 74. Here comes Stanley. Throws that one up. And Raston tries to hit the next one for 6. Running out chance at the non-striker's end. Gorman come down the wicket. Slipped over. Just got back. Michael Raston's adrenaline is pumping. He's thinking he can hit every ball for 6 now. In comes Stanley, throws it up. Raston hits that one high. Has he hit it long enough? Long on, runs in. And drops it. Geez, that was an action-packed last 4 balls. We've seen everything here. So Michael Raston's come in and decided that the game must have been a little bit boring, and he entertained the crowd. And has he done that? So the man with the flowing mullet, we'll call it the mullet. One of Pinjarra's finest hairstyles, that one, wouldn't it be, that Michael Raston's got? Got the flowing locks out underneath the helmet. As we have Dan Abel come back on the commentary end, who bowled 2 magnificent overs earlier for 2 runs. And Michael Raston, this is Abel. Oh, shout for LBW. Ooh, no. May have got a little bit of bat on that. So we have a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket, a long on, long off, and a deep cover as in comes Abel, throws that one up. And Raston tried to hit that one out of the ground. Abel straight. Hits the stumps. And that is Michael Raston out for a breezy 11. But the Pinjarra, that is the 6th wicket to fall. And they are in trouble here, chasing 109 for victory. They are 6 for 75. They really need just a steady partnership here. There's no need to panic. They're 34 off 35. That's need to run a ball from here. And the incoming batter is the youngster, Corey Pullman, we're thinking. I think it is Pullman. Yep, Corey Pullman, the youngster. Made his way into the A-grade team of late. This is an experience for the young man. And the lights, live and exclusive on the RetraVision, or on the Pavilion, Peel Cricket Channel, facing one of the premier bowlers in Dan Abel. And Dan Abel goes straight through the young man. And we have a game on. 7 for 75 now are Pinjarra. And Dan Abel is on a hat-trick. This is the third hat-trick attempt of the night. Boy, oh boy, wowee. Brian Taylor would be saying right now. Mandurah's own Brian Taylor. Pinjarra's own Brian Taylor, I think, isn't he? Pinny? Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on, Terry. So this is Hodgetts coming out. Is it Justin Hodgetts? Jordan Hodgetts. Jordan Hodgetts, who bowled very well himself. One of the many spinners tonight. Spin has absolutely dominated tonight. And it just gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling, it does, Terry, saying the spinners do well. And we have a chance of another hat-trick. Is this going to be the one, though? Had two. Oh, I think we have. We've got a very short mid-wicket. Should have a helmet on, to be fair. Anyway, here we go. Oh! Jordan gets an edge. Edge through a vacant slip. That was the only place they didn't have covered. And Hodgetts is off the mark. Pinjarra on the 76. Gee, this is getting tight. Here comes Abel again. Oh, that one's just taken off. Got a bit of bounce. This is an amazing spell. 2 for 3. Dan Abel. Showing why he's one of the premier bowlers in the Peel Cricket Association. And Gorman can only just knock that one back. A fantastic over there by Dan Abel. He's one of the premier bowlers in not only the Peel Cricket Association, but regular player for WA Country 11. And you can see why. This is why we love T20 cricket. So it looks like the captain, maybe. Yep, so the captain's bringing himself on, Ben Wright, from the old Coast Road end, replacing Damien Stanley, who finished his 4 overs. Got 1 for 23, it looks like. Yeah, 1 for 23, really good spell. So very interesting stage of the game here. The logic says you protect the boundaries here. 7 for 76. 3 wickets required for Waroona to win the game. Pinjarra need 33 off the remaining 30 balls. So finally comes up now into the circle. In comes Ben Wright. Right arm medium pace. Beats the outside edge. But it was a wide. 7 for 77. Not sure if I was captain. I'd probably have a catcher in here. Can't help but think a wicket here is just as important as a boundary. As Just about had one there. Jordan Hodgetts got onto the back foot, didn't quite get that pull shot, and just about hit it straight down mid-wicket's throat. Here comes Benny right off his economical approach, right arm medium pace. Well, that one's short. Jordan Hodgetts hits it high, gets, well, basically finds some vacant real estate. They go for a second. That's amazing running. How they got two there? He's got me beat. He's quick. Worked that much out. Hodgetts is very quick. They got a top edge, went over the top of the keeper's head, landed in very vacant real estate there. And they got two very valuable runs. As Ben Wright just moves the third man around straighter. In comes Ben Wright, which is on short. Jordan Hodgetts hits that one, slaps that over point. Comes back for another two. He moves on a 5 in the score, 81. Every run, vital here. 28 off 27, Pinjarra require for the victory. Waroona, 3 wickets. As, run out chance, no. He's just got a thick edge onto his pads, lost where the ball was. In that situation there, the non-striker's got a big job on his hands. He needs to really call and call loudly. Let the batter know where the ball is. Comes the experienced skipper, Ben Wright. Well, that was short of a length. And I just threw that way too early. The adrenaline is pumping. No doubt. Boundary here, boundary there. Really releases the pressure, puts the pressure back on the Waroona. Comes right. As well, it can only hit that one back. It's a dot ball. And they're pretty handy over there by Ben Wright. He's third, end of his third, got 114. 7 for 81 at the end of 16. 4 overs remaining. Able to bowl his final over. (28 off 24 required here. Great finish on hand. RetraVision Premier T20 League. Live and exclusive here on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Channel. Gorman goes onto the back foot. Punches that one through the offside. Takes a single. 7 for 82. Brings Jordan Hodgetts back on strike. What's going to happen here? 2 for 4 has Abel into his 4th over. Oh, and Hodgetts gets a thick outside edge. They take a single. No, it was a bye. Missed everyone. Got a lot of turn then. 2 for 4 is in his 4th over. This is outstanding bowling by the left armour. Beats the outside edge. It's a bit of bounce with that one. 3 balls remaining. 7 for 83. 26 required, 21 balls left. Gorman just works that one into the offside. That has come through for a single. 7 for 84. Gorman onto 4. Hodgetts on 5. Abel has 2 more balls left in what's been a remarkable spell. Hodgetts tries to be very outlandish. I'm not sure he would have got too many for that. Probably better off just getting behind it and punching it hard. As Abel just gets that short third man a little bit finer. Just to stop that shot. As Hodgetts hits that one hard. He's on high and long. And that's 6. That's all the way. That's a huge 6. 7 for 90. Pendulum's just gone the other way a little bit now. Dan Abel though, 4 overs, 2 for 11. That was an outstanding spell of bowling by the left arm spinner. So we have okay, we've been right to finish off. No, it's not. Where's it is? No, sorry. No, Ben Wright is bowling his fourth and final over. The score is 7 for 90 here. 19 required off 17 balls. Here comes Ben Wright. Bowling to Gorman. Gorman hits that one. Oh, just short of the long off. He must have had his heart in his throat then for a little while. Ben Wright must have thought, got a wicket there. 7 for 91. Brings Hodgetts back on the strike. Oh, and that one nips back off a length. Gorman calls his partner through for a leg by. That one will be a sore leg by, that one. Hit him in the midriff. They'll take the run. 7 for 92. 17 required of 15 balls. Gorman just takes the pace out of that one and just works that one to the offside. They take another single. 7 for 93. I just wonder, it's worth just bringing a fielder in or two, trying to stop the single. Don't let him get the easy run. As in comes right. Doing a little bit easy here. Good batting by this pair. Just gets another single, 12 off 12, 15 off 13. The inner ring fielders have just got to take it upon themselves to just not allow the batters to take these easy singles. Right, and Warman tried to play a bit of an outlandish shot there. Not ball. So Ben Wright finishes his 4 overs, has 1 for 17 off his 4. 2 overs remaining here. Pillwood Reserve in the RetraVision Premier T20 League. This is the ultimate derby, the local derby. We've got Waroona, Pinjarra. It's never a friendly. I don't know any other way, these two. Two local towns. This brings Chalal to bowl his final over, and this is the penultimate over of the game. He's having a look at his field, making sure his fielders are where they need to be. So we've seen the overseas Englishman here. Very competitive beast he is. Going to enjoy watching him throughout the season. See what he's got. In he comes, right arm. Last medium from this to commentary end. That one's short of a length. No, gets an edge. That's a very important wicket. And that's Hodgetts caught behind off the bowling of Chahal. And that's the 8th wicket to fall. 8 for 94. It's a handy little innings there by Hodgetts, but all he could do there was get an edge through to keeper Milligan. Eight for 94. We have 15 required off 11 remaining balls in this innings. 2 wickets in hand for Pinjarra. What a game we have in our hands here at Pillwood Reserve in the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Yep, so the incoming batsman is Michael Barrett. Opened the bowling earlier on for Pinjarra. The team in black and gold would dearly love to see these 15 runs knocked off very, very quickly, whilst the team in black and red would love to see 2 wickets fall. What a game. Who would have thought 108 would cause this much drama, I guess. In comes Chahal. Oh, off a length. That took off. Barrett's just taking that bottom hand off quickly. Shoulder of the bat, and that ran to third man. Very, very handy single. They move on to 95. 14 required from the remaining 10 balls. Trav Chahal's bowled a very good spell himself. He's got 2 for 12. He's got 4 balls remaining. Can he win the game for his Waroona? The Englishman charges in. Right arm over the wicket. Beats the outside edge. Gorman was just trying to run that to that third man. He's got a couple of runs that way already. A lot of tension here. Quiet now. Crowd's quiet. Players are quiet. In comes Chahal. Right arm over the wicket. Commentary end. Bowl short of the length. That one's hit high. The fine leg. And that's another wicket. Gorman pulls that off the back foot. Beaten for pace, really. And Damien Stanley, who's fielding at fine leg, positioned himself nicely. Took a safe catch. And Pinjarra in dire straits, 9 for 95. Still requiring another 14 runs to win this game. Whilst Waroona need one more wicket to win a miraculous game of cricket here. What a game we have in our hands here. RetraVision Premier T20 League, live and exclusive on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Channel. Proudly brought to you by RetraVision. Save more every day at RetraVision with a 60-day price promise, lowest price guarantee, best advice, the best price, and if you're an RAC member, you get an extra 5% off all your white goods and your electrical goods. Go nowhere else other than RetraVision. We're also proudly supported by ESA Sports. Make every sporting moment epic. And also Everlast Sports Drinks. Beat the heat and stay hydrated. Order your Everlast Sports Drinks today. Boy, oh boy, wowee. Yet again. Incoming batsman, Jordan Pink, bowled a very, very good spell of bowling earlier, the leg spinner. Can he win the game for his Pinjarra? Or will Trav Chahal be the hero here? Has 3 for 12. In he comes. Right arm over the wicket. Beats Pink for pace. Beats the outside edge. 14 required. 7 balls remaining for Pinjarra. 1 wicket required for Waroona, which will be an outstanding win by the Redbacks. By the Warriors, sorry. The Waroona Warriors. Overseas player, Englishman, Trav Chahal. Great spell. 3 for 12. Will it be 4? Jordan Pink able to just about keep that out. And there's that competitive streak, the competitive beast that is Trav Chahal. We've seen it tonight. Great all-round performance by the all-rounder. He's done his bit. And here we go. Now, the last time we got to a tight finish in the last over, the lights went out. So fingers crossed we don't have that again. Fingers crossed that Terry's paid the bills. Yep. you're on the big bucks, Terry. So we have Zach Moody to bowl the 20th and final over of the innings. What a game. Have a very straight, deep cover. Third man, fine leg, straight, deep mid-wicket. A long on. Everyone else is in the ring. In comes Zach Moody, bowling to Mike Barrett. Swings and a miss. Swings hard. 14 required of 5 balls. They desperately love a boundary. Bit of a mid-wicket chat here. have one of the offside fielders move on to the onside as in comes Zach Moody. Barrett runs down the wicket. They try to take that's out. Trying to take a single there. And that is run out. Great work by the keeper. And this has been an amazing win by Waroona. Pinjarra all out for 95. Could not chase down the 109 that was set by Waroona for the victory. And Waroona are 10-run winners. More than that. 14-run winners. Yeah. Waroona run out 14-run victors here in what has been a great game of T20 cricket here in the RetraVision Premier T20 League. Mike Barrett walks off. He's quite disappointed. That was a interesting tactic there by the young man at the other end, Jordan Pink. They needed a boundary. The single wasn't going to be enough. And that ends a great game of cricket. Pinjarra won the toss earlier on, decided to bowl. Did a good job with the ball. Bowled and fielded well. Kept Waroona down to 108, 9 for 108. But in reply, Pinjarra didn't really quite get going at any stage. And they were in the 20th over, they were bowled out for 95. So Waroona run away as victors here in what is a bit of a local derby for these two teams. And Waroona move into a very good spot and working their way towards a semi-final spot. Our next game, which will be next week in the RetraVision Premier T20 League, will be between Hall's Head and White Knights Baldivis. That'll be next Tuesday night here at Peelwood Reserve, 6:30 on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Channel. Thank you, everyone. We'll tune in, or we'll be here next week.